So my question to you is, as the United Nations High Commissioner of Human Rights, so it's been a month since the social protests began, and
Again in Chile?
Yes, in Chile, sorry.
Okay.
And in response to them, President Pinera declared a state of emergency, which has been described by the media as the biggest crackdown on protesters since the Pinochet dictatorship. To date, there have been around 200 people shot in the face, resulting in blindness in an almost systematic manner. And the head of public prosecutions estimates between 1,000 and 2,000 formal allegations of abuse, including sexual violence, torture. There have been 24 deaths, 7,000 detained, including children and adolescents, and it seems to be ongoing. My question to you is, who is responsible, in your opinion, for overseeing the actions of Chile's security forces? How will they be called into account for these alleged human rights abuses? And is President Pinera directly accountable? And if not, who is?
Well, what I have to tell you about this is that I sent a mission. They have been here. They are finishing the mission on Friday. They're going to have a report. And so I would prefer not to make any final conclusions until I see that report, because they have been able to not only to interview lots of victims, but also police and military forces. So they are doing a very broad, if I may say, diagnosis, and we will come with recommendations afterwards.
Okay.
I do believe, though, that it's a prejudgment because I haven't received the whole report. Huh? But I have spoken with the President of the Republic twice. I do believe that Chile has the adequate protocols in terms of, there are international norms on how you use force.
Do you believe they've been respected?
Well, that's what I tell you, it's a prejudgment because, first of all, security forces should not use unless they really have a direct threat. And then you have different possibilities, tear gas, you can have water or rubber bullets.
Yes.
And the rubber bullet should be used, first of all, the ideal is not to use it. That's I'm talking about the international protocols, and I suppose the police national protocols as well are the same in compliance. And it should, if you need it, you should use it from the navel down, never up. When you hear there is so many people I don't know how many they have lost their seeing, but
150 to date.
No. I know 200 people have had injuries in the eyes because of the tear gas. Not the tear gas, but the tear gas goes in a solid thing, and so they receive not the tear gas, but the, how do you call it, casket or canister, or because of rubber bullets. And so my prejudgment is that the protocol is not being followed because there are clear indications. You should never fire from above, and you should never fire it up from the wrist, if I may say. From the belly button. And because you see that much, but I really would prefer to receive the whole report to make conclusions. Because, first of all, it's not my duty to define responsibility, because Chile is a country where there is the rule of law, and many of these cases are on the prosecutor's office, and the judicial system will be the one who will define. And there are already some militaries under the prosecutor's office. There have been investigations on because some of them are held responsible or held accountable for.
However,
the
police chief said that he would not take anyone to task, and he has been seen on television and made a clear statement that he will protect his police forces. And the reports that we're receiving out here are really serious. Does this also apply to the 18 rapes or alleged rapes?
No, we were going to make we are not in the ICC, neither a tribunal. We're not a tribunal. As Human Rights Office, what we do is we collect information. We make we make a report of what happened, and then we do recommendation. It is the judicial. In Chile, there is rule of law. If the judicial system and the President of the Republic last night has said there won't be impunity, So, and that he will be holding accountable the perpetrators. If that doesn't work, well, there will be a new thing that we need to then define, and we will do the follow-up to ensure that the recommendations will be followed. And of course, many of them, and there's a lot of mechanisms in case that those things don't happen, because people can go to the Inter-American court, the Human Rights Court. They can also make allegations to lots of mechanisms, will be treaty bodies on the human rights, because if they're children, they can go to the Committee of the Rights of the Children, or if they're women, they can go to the Committee of the Rights of the Women. So we will be doing, but it's not only our report, it's also the whole system that will be ensuring. But we're not only there, we're now in Bolivia, we're in Ecuador because of the those weeks with the indigenous, that there were also people who were killed, etc. And now we're in Bolivia because many people have been killed as well. So unfortunately, we have been seeing in all these protests, and it's not Chile, it's many places. You see it in Lebanon, in Guinea, in many places of the world. People are in the streets because of inequalities or demanding more freedom or more democracy in places where the president wants to change the constitution to be there forever. And people don't want that. They want more democratic rules. And unfortunately, many times they are met with excessive force. Because the force can be used according to the international standard, but proportionate to the threat. And we see many places that the force is used in a way that is not proportionate. There was not a real risk. Like when in Gaza, the snipers, they shot against the people demonstrating on Fridays. There was not a real risk. I mean, you could see videos where the guys were like, just shouting. So that's the kind of thing we're really following up. Some of the reports that we do are mandated by the Human Rights Council. This not. This we defined that we needed to be there. We were asked by Parliament and by the President of the Republic, and we will, launch a report saying, but also recommendations of what to do and in terms of, and of course, accountability is one of the issues that we always believe is essential.
Would you accept this letter on behalf of the Chilean community that are very worried about the situation in Chile?
Yes,
thank you.
I'm very worried as well, but I have to be neutral, objective, impartial as High Commissioner. I have my own feelings in my heart, but and we have to do the things in a way, but I have my own, I'm very concerned.